Hello everyone. Today we are going to speak about second lecture concerning the rapid review of English grammar for the first year evening study. Today we are going to speak about the sentence pattern. Here we have question words. Question words. For example, we have who, what, where, WH questions. Okay. So here we have, for example, who ask about a person or persons, plural people, or you can say persons also. Who use for people or for person. Okay. What ask about a thing or things. Okay. Who is not asking about thing or things, or who is asking about place or places. Who is asking especially connected with the person or people. Okay, let's move to number 3, or where. It's called where. Ask about place or places. Okay, I'm going to ask you about just like that. Who is for a person? I ask you an exam. Who is used for I make true or false, right or wrong. For example, I say who is asked about thing or things. No, you can't say. Who is asked about the person or persons or people. What ask about a thing or things. Where ask about a place or places. Hopefully you understand what I'm talking about. If you have any question about this, let me know. It's very clear. Where is used with the place. Okay, for example, where is the hospital? Hospital's place. Where is, for example, police station? You say where, okay? That's where is connected with the place or a site or place, okay? Or address. Let's talk about these. Are called number 1 subject pronoun. It's called subject pronoun. Who, what, where, subject pronoun. They are also sometimes referred as nominative case pronouns. Sometimes we call it nominative case pronoun. Either to call it subject pronoun or nominative case pronouns. We have to also call it interrogative. Interrogative, when you use interrogative questions, this WH, who, what, where, when, etc. Okay, it's called interrogative. Demonstrative and singular plural, this and that. We have demonstrative يعني أسماء الإشارة أو صفات الإشارة هنا موجودة لنا singular and plural نستخدم للمفرد والجمع. This and these. This جمع حديث. هذه هؤلاء. Okay, أو الجمع. Refer to people, تشير إلى people, الناس or things أو الأشياء. Refer to the speaker, تشير للشخص المتحدث. This, these, that, those refer to people or things. طبعا this جمع حديث و that, those. Okay, جمعها that, those. Refer to people. طبعا المسافات القريبة these نستخدمها والمسافات البعيدة that و those البعيدة. Okay, or things which are most some distance from the speaker and can be pointed. تشير لبعض المسافة سواء كانت قريبة أو بعيدة اللي هي تستخدم إذا قريبة this, these وإذا بعيدة that, those. This, these للمسافة القريبة و that, those المسافة البعيدة. Demonstrative are used when the person or things being referred to be present and are being pointed or indicated in the same way. That's we're talking about this and that. Demonstrative. Okay, what do we mean by demonstrative? يعني أسماء صفات الإشارة اللي هي this و that و that. Okay, that with those. Used when a person or thing being referred to the present. Present, that's mean الحاضر, are being pointed or indicated in some way. They stand alone in the subject position in a sentence. See sentence pattern. They are also used before nouns, the modifying the position. Here we have we have a subject, and these called demonstrative, used to modify the position. Okay, the distance is very close, but these for plural. These people are busy. Those people are tired. We pointed to those people who are far from us. Distance by those is called demonstrative, are tired. We have place here and there. Place here and there. Here is where the speaker is. Here is used for distance, for place, where the speaker is. Here is, for example, there is any other place which can be pointed to, or another place previous mentioned in the conversation. Demonstrative and place words are relative terms. That means this here, and demonstrative this and that, or those and these are relative terms. Here can mean in this room. Here, this mean in this room, or in the city, or in the city, or in this country, or in the earth. There can mean in another part of the room, or in another city. When you say here, that means you are saying about something near to you, okay? Near to you in your place. Or we say that's mean using for a long distance. Okay, here we have other city or country or continent. The limits of this and that, here and there, are determined by the context. You can recognize it, you can know it by the by the context. We used contraction with the be, the letter B, with the verb be, okay? Contraction, that's mean abbreviation, okay? Make abbreviation. In speech and in all writing, except the most formal, we usually combine the forms of be with other words to make contracted forms. For example, we have here, you are, okay, with the pronouns. You are is going to be pronounced and to write it just like this way. You are, okay, I am, he is, his, she is, she's, it is, okay, it is, okay. And we use it with the non-singular when you speak with the singular or a plural. How to put not and a contraction here. That's mean contract something in speech writing, except the most formal. Okay, you combine the forms of be by adding apostrophe on it. That's here we have apostrophe. It's called apostrophe. Okay. That's mean apostrophe a comma يعني. Okay, تختصر الفعل وتضيف comma. For example, here, with not singular, are not, aren't, you aren't, okay? By making contraction. بالاختصار, you aren't, okay? Or aren't, yeah. You are not becomes you aren't. Is not, isn't. Let's see here with the question words, demonstratives, and singular plural places. Who is whose contraction. That is that's. Here is where is there is. These words are usually combined with the R in writing. See pronunciation helps. So see how to pronounce, that makes helps to you. These are never used as the last word in a sentence. Also called demonstrative pronouns. Also called adverbs. This, okay, for example, this, whose, that, theirs, where's, there. These words combined in writing, when you write it, okay, combined in writing, at the same time pronounce it, how to pronounce in your pronunciation, combined, that's me making contraction. They are never used in the last word in the sentence. You cannot use it at the end, for example, in this sentence, for example. Also demonstrative is called demonstrative pronouns, and also is called adverbs. For example, here there is adverbs of place, for example, adverbs of time. Let's move to another topic. Is called an, and a. This is called indefinite. Indefinite يعني أدوات التنكير. A and an are two forms of the same word. It means one. The most singular pronouns are preceded by an. One is used before nouns only when in contrast with the two or more in the sentence. I have 3 cigarettes, but only one match, or in the other situation. It's important to emphasize the number. Yeah, that's mean emphasize the number. If you have a number, for example, 1, you precede it by a, okay? Here we have rules, 1 rules and examples. A before a word which begins or starts with the consonant sound. For example, here we have a professor. As you know, a professor, we have this word P should be preceded by a because it's consonant, it's not vowel, okay? That's used with the consonant, we use a, okay? A student is not vowels consonant, so we have to precede it by a. Housewife, we have housewife. We have to precede it by a because it's consonant, and as you know, vowels. We have a, u, I, e, y sometimes. Okay. Here we have a university. Okay. We have to precede it by because this is silent university, so we have to precede it by. This is irregular. Okay. If someone asks me why do we add here and this is one of the vowels, it's not pronounced as a vowel. Okay. So you have to pay attention to this one. Let's move to second, an. Before a word which starts, which begins with the vowel sound and just like an author or an instructor. You know, here we have an author, for example, here. Author, someone who writes some essays or something like that. Here we have here a, we have to receive an because it's vowel, it's not consonant. Instructor, just like I'm an instructor, okay? We have to precede it by an. And let's see here, an umbrella, we have to precede it by an. Here we have honor, okay? Here is silent, cannot pronounced, so we have to add here at the beginning of this word an because it is silent. So we have here O, it's one of the vowels. Let's see the is definite, okay? That's called al-ta'rif, okay? There are many problems about the use of the. Or there are many problems about the use of the students who don't have a similar word in their language. Often feel that is impossible or unimportant to learn how to they is used. These are false ideas. Many of uses of can be generalized and easily learned. Besides, they can be very important. Consider the case of a student who was told to turn right at First Street and who turned right at First Street, which was 6th Street. He didn't arrive at the reception until the other guests were ready to leave. We have here, for example, 6th Street, 5th Street, 4th Street, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st Street. We will discuss and practice various uses through the discourse. For this lesson, is sufficient to remember that is used before a noun to indicate that there is only one or something. The sun. How many sun do we have? We have only one son, so we have to use the. Okay. The president of the university. How many presidents do we have in our university? We have only one, so we use the. The moon. How many moon do we have in the world? We have just one moon, and we use the. The captain of the football. Every football we have only one captain. Okay, so you know captain football soccer ball team. On the universe, we have only one universe. The richest man in the world, because we have just one person. He is the most wealth. Okay, or we say the richest man in the world. We have just one person. Mr. Allen is a teacher of this class. This class has only one teacher. Mr. Allen is the teacher. We have there here the teacher. We use for definite, for specific teacher. Okay, Mr. Allen. Sometimes we call it indefinite article. Okay, for definition, the terms consonant and vowel C pronunciation. That's to help you. Okay, sometimes called definite articles. And thank you for listening and watching today. I wish you a lovely and a nice day. And if you have any question, please don't hesitate to ask. And ask God to protect you and save you and your family. And please, if you have any question, don't be hesitant to ask. It's my pleasure to help you and to assist you in this situation and this during coronavirus and quarantine at home. And thank you a lot. This is a lecture. It's introduced by instructor Mr. Mustafa Diwan, and I wish you all the best. Thank you for listening and for watching.